all over the world in the last 2 decades, there seemed to be an increasing frequency of horrific natural and man-made disasters. History has shown that for those who were unprepared to deal with the devastating consequences of the aftermath of these events, ruin, sometimes slow and painful, was a very common outcome. Bank Muscat management realized that although unlikely, a major natural disaster could hit Oman, and that plans needed to be put in place to safeguard the business integrity of the full countrywide Bank Muscat network to ensure uninterrupted customer service. The Business Continuity Planning Community, BCP, was formed to put in place procedures that would enable the speedy recovery and continuation of all business functions and the safety of the bank's most important asset, its staff. After much planning, a series of measures were devised to tackle any number of emergency situations. And then came the task of informing and training the bank staff to not just follow, but understand the protocols and procedures of the safety and continuity plans. Bank Muscat and the BCP committee were ready and prepared. Then came the news that everyone was dreading. A major weather event was about to hit Oman. Cyclone Gonu was coming. The BCP committee sprang into action, and a crisis management team was immediately formed to kickstart and implement the pre-planned crisis management protocols. A countrywide alert is sent to all staff about the impending cyclone, with details of precautions and contingency plans to follow, as well as emergency contact numbers. Key personnel across all departments are put on standby. Hotel accommodation and rental vehicles are arranged for quick response in case of a communication meltdown. All data systems are checked and double-checked for integrity and redundancy. And then Cyclone Gonu hits, and hits hard. The severity and power of Gonu is frightening. Whole communities are almost washed away in an instant. Power lines and communication networks crash under the strain of the rampaging wind and rain. The main water supply is smashed, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without power, water, or any means of communications. Countless cars are tossed around like toys, and in some tragic cases, people lose their lives in the unbelievably fast-moving flood waters that turned normally dry land into seascapes. Oman, especially in the Muscat and Sharqiya regions, was witnessing a tragedy of epic proportions. Through all this, the crisis management team of the bank monitored the worsening situation, kept the executive committee informed of the bank's system status, coordinated the emergency response initiatives, while continuing preparations to get the Bank Muscat network back to full operation in as short a time as possible after the storm. After Gonu had completed its murderous passage through Oman, and the flood waters had abated enough to let the brave venture out into the light, a damage assessment team was quickly deployed. What greeted them in certain areas was utter devastation. Some were lucky and escaped with very little damage. Others, though, lost everything. Concerning the bank's facilities, they found that certain branches in the worst-hit areas were completely out of commission. But because of the pre-planning conducted by the BCP committee, in liaison with the various bank departments, all banking operations were very quickly moved to the nearest operational local branch. One case in point was the Baytuna headquarters in the heart of Koru. During the cyclone, the flood waters almost completely covered the building, destroying all material and equipment inside. Again, because of the pre-planning, training and dedication of the staff, as well as the bank policy of maintaining multiple backups of all data, Baytuna operations were quickly moved to the purposely designed Business Recovery Centre near the Bank Muscat headquarters, where any bank department could be quickly and easily duplicated in an emergency situation. Not a single second of business time was lost. In fact, one of the first tasks of the staff in their new surroundings was to inquire on the well-being of their customers and to inform them of the location of the new temporary offices by phone and SMS. There are many more stories of the dedication and bravery shown by members of staff during this our greatest test. And all of you have our heartfelt thanks for conducting yourselves with dignity, strength, compassion, and professionalism. All the plans that were made were to ensure that the bank would survive and quickly rebound from a crisis situation. But it takes individuals to carry out plans to make them work. You, all of you, did your part. Many businesses in Oman were unprepared for the ferocity of Gonu. Many of those businesses will never recover. We at Bank Muscat have come out stronger. We all showed that with sound planning, good training, and dedication, we can rise to any challenge. Our challenge now is to grow even stronger, to provide even better services to our customers, so they know that no matter the situation, they can always rely on Bank Muscat, just as Bank Muscat relies on each and every one of you.